Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers at the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madness. Moving on to our video. Yes, whether or not you people want to believe it, there's a political war on the horizon in Jamaica. Yes, it's on the horizon in Jamaica, and it's being spearheaded by people who are aligned to the PNP LGBTQ+ party. Yes, I want to say that, we say that without any apologies, based on the information received and obtained from the residents of Gregory Park, where their houses were torched and leave them, some of them, over 42 of them, homeless. We know that some people, they are in denial of what's going on in Jamaica right now. But we at the Jamaica Young Police channel have seen the hoarding of guns, ammunition by PNP LGBTQ+ supporters, and we have seen that the violence have upticked. Now, so now we can put one and one together to see the reason why the PNP LGBTQ+ party, which is a criminal organization, took the government to court over the appointment of the extension of the learned King's Counsel Paula Llewellyn to court, because with her defending the appeal at the United Kingdom Privy Council for Vybz Kartel, she's acting on behalf of the Crown, his chance of winning the appeal is slim to none. So that's why they wanted Catty Pike so that he could walk. So right now, what is going on over there in Portmore? Yes, Vybz Kartel is one of the players in the what's going on, the bombing and firebombing of the people's house in Gregory Park, and a man by the name of, they call him Charge Badness, otherwise known as Che, and he lives in Broward County, Florida. Yeah, so we'll do the necessary, because that we're a proud informer, and we do not like people who abuse, infringe on other people's human rights. We do not like criminals, period, and we have never hide that from anyone. So what happened on Saturday, August 12th? Yes, I know August 12th too is Charge Badness' birthday, so they're having a party in Sunrise. Yes, in Sunrise, Florida. So on August 12, 2023, at about 3:30 a.m., gunmen fired on residents fleeing their burning homes, forcing them back into the fiery structure. According to a preliminary report of the early morning terror that gripped Gregory Park, St. Catherine, leaving one person dead and more than 40 homeless, is a political war in the making with the following players. 1. PNP LGBTQ+, allegedly PNP LGBTQ+ caretaker Raymond Price, imprisoned Klansman Don Tesha Miller, and incarcerated artist Vybz Kartel with the assistance of District Constable Jason McKay and his team. Yes, they said that Jason McKay and his team visited the residence on Friday, August 11, 2023, and told them that the Don, who reside at Broward County, Florida, goes by the name of Charlie Badness. Charlie Badness sent a message that every known or secretly LABORITE supporters to move out of the community, and Jason McKay delivered the message to the residents that the Don said that they must move. Now, as a former member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, I would, I based on information receive and obtain, if it's true what Jason McKay did yesterday, on Friday, not only wrong, but it's illegal, because you as a police officer, you're delivering message from a criminal to the resident that they must move or else they're going to firebomb them. If the police have such information, and based on what we can see from the videos and stuff like that, and the police have such information, isn't it the police job supposed to do the necessary to make sure that they are there to caught these men in the acts and pretty much send them to the departure lounge? Why the police have such information and nothing is done? Is it that the police are playing politics or what? Because if the police knew that this was going to happen and did nothing about it, that means the police are just as guilty as the people who destroy these people's houses, because they're complicit in these men's behavior. So the people, the residents should seek redress through the courts for them to get compensation, because the state is responsible for what happened. The state knew that these men were coming to destroy the people's house and take lives, and they did nothing. So somebody is accountable in the Jamaica Constabulary Force at the 100-man police station, whether it's a person who's in charge or acting, and all the people all the way down to Jason McKay, if the information is correct. We have tried to reach out to the 100-man police station, but we haven't received any answer from the person that we have spoken to there. So we'll continue the journey. So now, as a police officer, their job is to protect the residents of the community, and what caused the attack on the resident is that men wrote "Charge Badness" in the lane, and it was erased and replaced with PJ. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we do not know what the acronym PJ is, as we have received like 4 different answers as to what it meant. So we're just going to leave it right there, because we are not sure what it really meant. So they sent message to the family of a man only known as Stokey, who was given the ultimatum to move out, and Jason McKay was the emissary for the Don and his acolytes. Jason McKay is a man, his father name is Castro. As a youth growing up in Jonestown, you have Castro, he was a bad DC, and that's Jason McKay's father. I have a great amount of respect for Jason McKay. I remember back in the 90s, we were investigating a murder in St. Andrews South with some rear admiral, a killing in Huntsville Lane, and one of the rear admiral who was involved in the killing, he was an avid and regular patron at the Caymanas Park track. So we had set up a sting and we catch him there, rear admiral, and the investigating officer was none other than the great Granville Gas, and the men were convicted for that crime. So we know Jason McKay, but we never work with him per se. But based on what the residents are saying, that he's literally taking sides, police are not supposed to do that, and it's wrong if it is true. We're not swearing for anyone, because we know that Jason McKay is a feared police officer in St. Catherine. Yes, he's feared over there, and he's a very intelligent man. You understand? He could have been the commissioner of police based on his experience, and he would be a fitted candidate for such post. But based on what we have received now, that would be really, it would be really something that have to look at again if it is true. So So they send them in a message to a man only known as Stokey. Stokey live in America and he's a GLP LGBTQ plus supporter. And you know, Che and Vibes Cartel, they are PMP LGBTQ plus supporters. So the attack occurred at 17 and 44 Walkers Avenue and the intersection of Cottage Drive in the dark of Saturday morning. So here are the names of the men who are responsible for these crimes, for the arson and murder. The men who are responsible for these crimes, including for the murder of Rum Punch, a taximan, 1 Trey, 2 Big Ears, Pascom Tracy, 4 Addy, 5 John Hype, 6 Van Lyke. The place is going to get dark because the police officers are operating as partial police force and supporting the criminals who have killed Rum Punch. Based on the information received and obtained, that the following person are the ones who are responsible for the torching of the houses. That is, you know, we have mentioned the name of the men who are responsible for what happened. You understand? So the police said the carnage started sometime after 3:30 a.m. when a group of armed men with rifles and handguns made their way to 44 Walkers Avenue. So they are saying, Nico and the likes, you know, they did not retaliate because they said that the men have rifle. But, you know, that's how, you know, gunmen, you know, some gunmen are different from the others. But if you are in your community and somebody, you know, and somebody's touching your mother's home, you know, you think that you will do the necessary, but apparently not. You know, so they say that these men, Nico and the likes, they did not do anything. Nico and Chucky. But they say that the only thing that they're good for is to rob people. I don't understand these people, but you know, that's how it is. You know, the people in the community from the same lane where all of these things happen. So they said because the men had rifle, so that's why these men did not do anything. You understand? So while occupants, so the attackers, yes, you know, the victims, the fire victims were asleep. The attackers are allegedly threw oil on the houses and set them ablaze. They later opened gunfire which awoke the occupants. While the occupants were escaping from the burning buildings, the gunmen opened fire at them. They had to retreat inside the burning houses, the report said. One of the residents sustained burns all over her body and is in hospital in serious condition. That is a woman by the name, she goes by the name Sweeney. Yes, and Sweeney was a known PMP LGBTQ plus supporter, and because they said that based on education and one and two little things, she had switched and she had voted for Terry Long. And Raymond Price had bent based on it allegedly that he had stated that people who betray the PMP, that they will have to pay with their lives. That's what the allegation is saying. So we don't know how true it is. That's what the residents are saying. So they are saying that all the houses that were destroyed belongs to people who voted JLP. So it's, you know, they are seeing it as a political attack on them. So these are the men who are responsible for what happened. So, you know, so one of the residents sustained burns all over her body. That's Sweeney, and she's in hospital. So at 17 Walkers Avenue, 28-year-old taxi operator Ranil Rum Punch Arton, that's the man that we told you about earlier, taxi operator who was reportedly sitting on a white Toyota Probox motor car with her friend, was shot dead. They must kill the man just like that, because he's a LABORITE, because that is what happened. So you see, that is just terrorism, you know, on its, you know, and it's said right there, and you know, taking the lives of innocent people because of their political affiliation. I don't know how we have reached this point again that we're going backwards, because we have seen the hoarding of guns by the PMP LGBTQ plus supporters and activists of this criminal organization. You understand? So both men reportedly heard explosion, and in a bid to escape, Martin was shot in his upper body and right arm. He collapsed and later died. Teams from the Waterford and Spanish Town fire station extinguished the blaze. 8 spent casing and 1 blood sample were recovered. According to assessment so far, 8 houses were destroyed and 3 partially burned, leaving 27 adults and 18 children without a house at 45 people. Gregor Park is in Portmore, part of the St. Catherine South Police Division. The area has been witnessing an upsurge in gang-related violence in recent months. The firebombing of the house in Gregor Park, St. Catherine, is a severe act of terrorism that has displaced many people and caused much fear and uncertainty in the community. The fact that the perpetrators were armed with illegal guns, rifles, shotguns, pistols, and targeted innocent people's home is disconcerting. The allegations that Vybz Kartel and Charge Che Badness are involved in this crime are severe and should be investigated thoroughly. And we knew the men who have carried out these acts, and we're going to put up their photos on the slides, and so you can see it on your LCD, these men. And so the police should investigate the case properly. But they're saying this, the residents say they have little or no faith in the police, because if you're not a PMP LGBTQ plus supporter for the 100-man police hierarchy on the station, they say that you won't get any justice. I don't know. I don't live there, and this is what the people have relayed to me. So the police station at 100-man is a PMP LGBTQ plus operations going on there. I don't know how true is that, but I know that we know that the police force has been stuck with political activists over the years, and majority of them is always PMP LGBTQ plus supporter. I work with them, and I've stated before, only 5 police I have in my entire almost 2 decades. I know that they were LABORITEs. Everybody else are PMP, and they say it openly, privately, publicly, even in front of the commanding officer, in which it is wrong, but they do it because everybody are PMP. You understand? I have never shown make it known which party I supported and if any. You understand? But I know, I know that Edward Seaga to me is the best prime minister, because he make criminals live in fear of losing their lives and not the law-abiding citizens. So that's, that is what Jamaica need. I don't care about party, I just care about security. If the party is willing to go to the extreme and even give us back the Suppression of Crime Act, so the police can operate in that sphere and rid in the country of criminals, that will be nice. Because when we had the Suppression of Crime Act, criminals live in fear of losing their lives. You understand? As you heard the man who's a farmer, bad man, Marlon, who used to spar with Honey and Carlos and Rifle, he said that when Trinity, Tom Levine, and it was 3 of them, Trinity, Tom Levine, and Tony, when they went and killed the 8 men in Jonestown and Love Street, a majority of bad men, the gunmen, they run away from Jamaica. And who didn't run away, some became Christians and changed their life. Because, at the time, that was the first time so many gunmen were killed at one time. 8. So you know that, they say even the vehicle, when it was loaded, the blood was just on the, just leaking on the pavement and Love Street, like it was an ice truck, but it's just so red. If you know ice truck back in the days, and when them drive around and them, them drop off ice, and ice used to be with sawdust and all those things. So we'll continue the journey. Yeah, so you understand. It's just sad. So it is important to know that these are just allegations, and Vybz Kartel and Charge Badness have not been charged with any crimes, as being co-conspirators. You're looking at them right now. Yeah, So Gregory Park killing last night is a political war being fought by Charge Badness and Vybz Kartel, who wanted to kill all laborites. So that is their goal. So that's the reason why the PNP LGBTQ plus party is fighting against Miss Paula Llewellyn, because they see that if there's no Paula Llewellyn to contest Vybz Kartel case at the United Privy Council, he would be acquitted and will be walked. But Vybz Kartel is safer right now in prison than outside. You understand? So we'll continue the journey. So the firebombing of the houses in Gregory Park is a reminder of the violence and lawlessness can exist in some communities in Jamaica. It is also a reminder of the need of vigorous law enforcement and for the government to take steps to address the root causes of crime. The government must do more to provide opportunity for young people in these communities and address poverty. Poverty is not the problem, and we keep telling people, but you know, in time we have to write like scholar. You understand what I'm saying? Because everything you cannot just leave out some things, because you have to just address the thing. So you know that is one of the things that the so-called bright, smart people, them, cause you know that to them we're not smart, because yeah, we are all barefoot police, and we never gone a big university and them thing there. You understand? And we now say we are comrade and them thing there, because the University of the West Indies is a comrade college, because all them teach them is liberalism. Yeah, liberalism is a mental disorder. Them tell them say up is down, down is up, sideways is up, sideways is down, black is white, white is yellow, and all kind of madness. So we don't, that's at the ghetto university. You understand? So we don't believe, we know that poverty don't cause crime, because Charge Badness is a man who is from the community, he's in the United States of America. We know that he doesn't have a business, a legitimate business, and if he does, that is just a front, because most of these guys that live in America, majority of them who are funding gang war and killing people, majority of them, if not all, they are involved in drugs. The drug trade are something illegal. People who are working their hard-earned money, 9 to 5, or whether they have a legitimate business, they are not going to use their money for the destruction of people in their community. They are going to use their money to invest it to make more money or to uplift other people. But these people never come say, make money, and they believe that they are gods now, and because they have money, people must listen to them because they are dance and all of these things, and anybody violate must dead. That's why we believe in a preemptive strike. You understand? Because preemptive strike save life. Some men like Charge Badness and all these guys. And the worst part about it is that the people say when he's in Jamaica, it's the same police that from 100 man bodyguarding this man. How is that? So the commissioner of police and the police hierarchy need to do something about this. Because you cannot have people who are unleashing havoc on the people of Jamaica, and when they come it's the same police bodyguarding them. It's not supposed to be like that. If you are killing people, you're supposed to come and supposed to feel, yeah, you're supposed to feel safe without any police support. But no, they have the support of the police at 100 man, and the people them call even some detective name, even police that I know, and I can't believe, but I will talk to him. You understand? It is just sad. So it's also need to work and build trust between the police and the community. And when the people in the community seeing the police as being biased, and they're saying that the police at 100 man are basically PNP LGBTQ plus supporter, they are not police officers. They don't behave in a normal way. Like a resident saying that Corporal Rowe, whose daughter was killed, they said that in a previous incident, he said when people, also was firebomb, he said that, well, this is what you vote for. Oh, you as a police officer have to tell people that your job is supposed to investigate it. That is not even reassuring the citizen when you're telling them the people vote for people burn on them house. Come on, man. Use some tact, use some finesse. Your job is you're supposed to emphasize and sympathize with the people them. As police officer, you're supposed to console them. But some of the police officers them just playing raw politics. You understand? So only then we can break the cycle of violence and create a safer and more just society for all Jamaicans. And the thing is that in Jamaica, to create, we have to change the mindset of the people. And it starts from the top of the government. We have seen over and over, we are not celebrating the destruction of these people's homes, you know. But we have seen it over and over again, especially with women and men. In these various communities, when the police go there, them curse them and them disrespect them. And you would see videos circulating on social media about the police. But an incident like this, such a grave incident, and there's not one video to show what was happening. But if it was the police, you would see, you would be inundated with video on social media. So you see the difference when the criminals them coming out with guns, you know. Their cameras don't work because they have to be thinking about their lives, because they know that the criminals don't have to report or go and make any entry and report to anyone. They report to themselves, and them sit down and them smoke them weed and them laugh or them kill people and all of that. Because if you listen to the recording from men like Citypuss and the likes, and even the guy C4 and all of them from the Klansman Wandan gang. So we'll continue the journey. So based on information received and obtained from the residents of Gregory Park, the police officers at the 100-man police station are acting in concert with these men who are fighting a political war of numbers. So them say more labor them kill or get for chase us, the better chance that Raymond Price, the Rear Admiral, get the chance to win the seat. And they're saying that Terrell Long, the MP, is not doing nothing and he's nonchalant, and the people are questioning his motive, why he doesn't get the Prime Minister to put in a ZOZO or SOE. But the thing is that they are the one that destroyed the country, you know, because the attack on the police, they thought that they were doing a service. They were doing a disservice for this service or the police, but instead it's for the people, because they are the one that are affected now. And the same people there were so happy when the Indicom Act passed and the way that Terrence Williams were treating the police officers. And now they are the ones who are suffering because the criminals are emboldened. 15 years don't even stop these guys, because these guys don't even afraid. You understand? 8 of them. And they know that 8 of them with rifle and stuff like that. They know that if the police was responding, if it's not a special squad with at least 4 police in our vehicle, they know more or less I got a 2 detective. Well, I don't even know, because detective don't patrol. It's gonna be 2 police, uniform police and uniform police, as we know. Them no want to involve in a shooting with nobody, especially with all with Indicom. Them want to know, so them come and work, do them work and guard them yard. So they make certain, so if them even not go, them a turn on them siren for give the criminal them heads up, say, hey, we are coming up. You understand? So I just say it go. Continue the journey, you know. So as we said to you before, that it's a political war of numbers. So the men burnt out one of the most known and respected residents, Sweeney. We're not going to call her Carrot near. Yeah, and you know, the gunmen are aligned with the Gulfmen, and the Gulfmen, they are aligned to the PMP LGBTQ plus party, and they are activists and killers. Chucky and Nico, who are known as JLP LGBTQ plus supporters and gunmen, were absent during the melee this morning. Sweeney did not vote for Raymond Price, and the residents took his money and did not vote for him. So there is this man that is known only as Cian Blacks, who's from Tivoli Gardens. And Cian Blacks, yeah, he ran away from Tivoli Gardens from his community during the incursion when Dudus was trying to escape, when Dudus escaped from Tivoli Gardens, and there was the incursion of the security forces into Tivoli Gardens in May 2010. And he was given refuge in the community by Vibes Cartel's baby mothers, Tanisha, Shorty, Johnson family members. One, he got comfort, support from Dudus. Yeah, not Christopher Dudus, this is Dudus from same place there at Christian Pen. 2, Rambo, 3, Santa, and 4, Brocky. And these men, yeah, Dudus, Ramba, Santa and Brocky they tricked Cyan Blacks and stole 2 crocus bags of guns from him, which were rifles, handguns, shotguns and thousands of ammunition. So you know, so this man involved in all kind of nefarious things, Cyan Blacks. So that's our part of the problem too. That's how, you know, when I man, you understand. So the same men, them went to a dance in Kingston where they kill a man known only as Badders and another man. And them shot Cyan Blacks because they wanted his guns. Him have whole heap of guns. Him have a trailer load of guns, Cyan Blacks. Because they wanted his gun. So Richard Devils Campbell and son shot Cyan Black's mother, causing the clinic at Christian Penn to lock down for days because of the shooting. Devils was killed in Yala, St. Thomas and son were killed also. So the men them shoot Cyan Black's mother, them kill them. So Cyan Blacks killed 2 brothers of the men who shot his mother. The following men are related to Vybz Kartel baby mother, Shorty, Santa, Brocky and Dudus. So they killed the father of Cyan Blacks and one of his cousins. The police at 100-man police station picked up the men and they were later released after the counselor, who goes by the name of Gunnins, visited the 100-man police station. After it was alleged that money changed hands, we cannot verify that. We're just telling you what is said based on the information. After money changed hands, we have zero evidence to support such a claim, but we are reporting what the residents claim to have happened. So tonight, Charge of Badness OC Chair is having a birthday party in Broward County, Florida, and there are going to be several wanted men from Jamaica who are going to be at this party, who are illegal in the country and will be armed with guns. So you know, although these men are in America, you know, so them still not change them ways, you know, them brought them acidity from Jamaica to America. And right now, it's at an impasse with these men in this community because of their politics, and it's all about numbers and votes. Oh, we reach this point where we're killing each other because of political party. So this man on the right that you're looking at, Che, yeah, them call him Charge of Badness. And you know, Che go for a farmer rebel leader that was killed in South America by the CIA, Che Guevara. Yeah, from, you know, he's from Argentina, and he was a doctor, you know, and the man believed in a communism, you know, and that's that, you know, and he was killed in South America. So Vybz Kartel, although he's in prison, the government still cannot contain or control this man, and he's there wreaking havoc on the lives of, you know, Jamaican people, and something needs to be done about what's going on there. This man has been nothing but a nuisance to the people of Portmore St. Catherine for years, and it doesn't stop. We know that criminal cannot survive without the help of police officers. I know that based on my experience. If police not supporting criminals, they cannot survive. So all of these men in Portmore, they have from Gulf, they have rifles, but the other men, Nico and Chucky, they have handgun. So when their mother house was being torched and she get burned, they could not do anything. So, you know, people were lashing out against them that the only thing that they're good for is to rob people with. You understand? We just hope that something, you know, will happen. You know, something will happen, and some sense of normalcy will return to the community, because people are not supposed to be living like this, especially in this day and age. This is the 21st century. Oh, on God's earth, you are still using terrorism to force people to vote for you. If your idea is so good on your party, you don't have to use terrorism. And it's only one party always keep doing that. That's why I hate criminal organization. People must free to do what they want to do. If the people do not want to subscribe to your party, it's fine. We live in a democratic society. Why you believe say you're supposed to burn down people also and tell them to move because of vote, because you want the seat, and it's all about numbers. It's the same thing that they did with the people in Rima. 107 votes. So them decide so them want to kill off 107 people for a room for maintain the seat. However, them did still win it. And them did still win it again, you understand? And it's a PMP LGBTQ plus community. And I can tell you this. Majority of the people them that is still living there, when we were living there in Jonestown, their parents were living there. And they weren't futuristic. So that's why they are still there. So they did not see education as a key of getting out. They think that the PMP LGBTQ plus party is going to give them a better life and take them out of Jonestown. Not knowing that they are the one who have to create that path for themselves and their children. And the only way you can do that is through education. Not through the gun. Because with the gun only two places you get. The departure long or prison. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.